Okay, so this is where I'm going to go to my sources, right? And that's what I wanted to talk about today. I went through the structure search thing in SciFinder, and that's not what you are expected to do. You are through the basics. And that's why I put the link here for the basics. So I told you to go. These are the structure videos that you will have to watch. Watch all
Oh,
of
those
this.
didn't show up on my screen.
Beg your pardon?
Those didn't show up on my screen.
No, I just added them this morning.
Oh, okay.
Because I went to the whole thing and I thought you cannot do the structure search as in the video in SciFinder N.
Okay.
So I went to SciFinder and then I got these videos, and then I found that on our A to Z list, we didn't have a link to SciFinder. We just had only SciFinder N. So that it was taking me to SciFinder N no matter what. So I wrote to them, give us access to both. Let's see. Okay. But right now you should be able to open these videos and then see. Okay. This is the basics. Drawing editor. That's the important part that you have to learn. I hope it comes up. These are the different ones. If it doesn't come up, let me know. It should come up. Here it is. See? Follow these videos and you should be able. They're like, there's nothing that I can teach you in there. You have to go through them and then do it yourself and learn. All these videos. Okay.
All right.
That's what I found out under there. And then the rest is I've given you very simple. I mean, I said you find the RN number, and then when you do an RN number search, you will get the structure, and then you can export it there or import it in there. That is fine too, because you're beginners. And then start playing with the chem draw and see if you can do the same thing. Like for ibuprofen, I've asked you to do something.
Okay.
So that is the basics of it. And then these, remember in organic chemistry, most of the items here are from organic chemistry because we think most of you will be in the pharmaceutical industry when you graduate from here. So we are stressing the organic chemistry part and then teaching you a lot more about how to do drugs, in the ibuprofen, what is ibuprofen? And also stereochemistry, how do you recognize and depict a chemical as a stereoisomer? And that is what will show is shown in the structure search. And then the two components of the stereoisomers, what happens is one of them will be very harmful and one of them will be beneficial. And that's why you have to, and even in ibuprofen, there's the R and the S, but it's mainly, I think it's the S, but then R converts to the S, even if it is in there. So
isn't that what happened with thalidomide?
Beg your pardon?
Isn't that the problem that happened with that drug? I think it was from the 50s or 60s, thalidomide.
Yes.
There was one enantiomer that was active and the other was highly toxic.
Right. And that's why we had birth defects in babies, So that's why these little things count a lot in medicinal chemistry or pharmaceutical industry. So be aware of this, and then how changing of one element in the structure affects the whole structure. But that is for the third and fourth years, that you don't have to worry about it right now, because I think Dr. Sova is teaching that class. So if you get a chance, take his course. He will teach you how to do structure searching using the structures correctly. I have a bachelor's in chemistry. I don't have a master's. So I don't profess to know the intricacies of structure searching. I can give you the basics. And then you have to do it on your own in your later courses. Okay.
Okay.
That is what I was going to do. And the rest is all very easy, I'm sure, for you. So I'm not going to dwell on it. Concentrate on the structure search, and you have up to October 16th to do this. So that's 2 weeks from today.
Yeah,
and if you all need more time, just shoot me an email and then I will extend the time. But like I said,
I won't be one of the students to you.
yeah. So I don't know. I mean, if at all you need, I want you to spend more time on that Flint water crisis.
Okay.
Then this will be for 30% of your course. That will be 60%. And 10% is for how you interact with each other and me in the course. Okay.
Okay.
So I think I feel a little bad for the students because this is not something that comes on its own. You have to practice and learn how to.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that's not something I can do for you. You have to do it yourself. So, but I will be.
That's how a lot of chemistry is, I think. It's so abstract. You have to practice it, not just learn it, but actually, hands-on utilize it.
And then keep in touch with it. See, especially in organic chemistry,
Oh yeah.
It just evaporates out of your memory as soon as you finish that part of that course, then you go to the next and then you've forgotten everything that you learned before. That's the way the nature of the subject is. So I don't have any worries about you. I think you'll do fine. But I do have worries about the other student, and I wish they would come. They would have come today.
Yeah.
But they haven't. And I don't know the reason why,
Well, sorry I didn't come sooner. A slow week for me is about 70 hours, so it's
I
hard.
know one other student told me that you work on Saturdays, so you don't have time to come for this, but that is fine. You don't need this extra stuff. You're doing fine. So, but and anytime you need something, and I'm glad you're sending me emails, and I know what you're doing. So it's all okay, no worries there. The pattern searching next week, I have a full load because I have a class from 6 to 9. And then I have other instruction sessions during the week. So it's going to be a busy week. That's why I told you I'll look into your pattern search the following week. That should be the week of the 15th onwards, 15th, 16th onwards, 16th, 17th or so. I will look at it and see. But I have to practice. And when I used to be the librarian at Argonne, and I did do patent searches, but from the USPTO, not from SciFinder.
Yeah.
And so the USPTO is easier to search. And then you get related patents and diagrams and everything that's needed. For free, you can download it. It's a free database. But SciFinder makes everything a little more complicated because they want to be unique and set themselves apart from other publishers. And in the process, they make it so complicated that sometimes it's hard to understand what this. I've attended all the training sessions that they give. And it's usually from Denmark, and it just gives me, I don't know why it's so difficult to understand when they talk. So I know it's the pot calling the kettle black, but it's hard to understand sometimes. Otherwise, if you have any questions, and you can let me know. Otherwise, I think I will stop here. You just have to go through those videos. And that's what I wanted to point out today. Don't go through the SciFinder N videos. I went there and it's too complicated. It's only for, senior people who are working in the industry. This is
Okay.
basics. So I told them to give me access to SciFinder and SciFinder answers. If you don't,
Okay.
if you try and then you cannot open them, let me know. That
All
means
right. I don't
they
think
said,
it'll be a problem.
yeah. And I found it on a Google search, so you should be able to open it. But right now it's telling me I can't go to SciFinder. So I don't know why. So let's try now. Okay, let me go. I'm in SciFinder. Yeah. Here's the video. It's going fine. Okay.
In this video, I'll show you several ways to input a structure to conduct a SciFinder substance or reaction search. You can draw a
Because the
structure
screen is
using
different. The
tools in
first
SciFinder's
starting
drawing
screen is
editor,
different if you
or
notice.
search a structure that you drew in another drawing application, or automatically draw a structure by starting with the CAS registry number, or SMILES, or INCHI string. In SciFinder, we'll click Chemical Structure, and then click the Structure Editor box to open the drawing editor. We can draw any molecule we wish by using the tools along the bottom and left side of the window. I'll introduce some of the most commonly used drawing tools here, but please note that the rest are explained in greater detail in resources found on the SciFinder training page of the CAS website.
It's basically like Chem Sketch.
This example will be caffeine.
Let me stop.
We'll begin by clicking the cyclohexane.
Go ahead.
That's basically just like Chem Sketch. So I'm familiar with that software.
Yeah, it's a different name. That's all.
Yeah.
So you should be able to do this. You know, ChemDraw is a different one. They also have a new one in SciFinder, and if you want to see the more advanced one, you're welcome to do it on the SciFinder end page. And
Okay.
I can send you. I sent you the link for SciFinder end videos in the last week, so it should be on that website for structure search.
Okay.
If you want, I can take you there. Hold on. Let me go. See, it says go to SciFinder N, but if I say don't go to SciFinder N, it takes me to SciFinder N. So I'll go to SciFinder and it takes me to SciFinder N. See, this is the SciFinder N page. You see that?
Okay. Yeah.
And then here, this is where you will go under draw.
All right.
And that is where you will get all your stuff. Okay.
Okay.
But the video that they have here in the search thing doesn't give you any basics. It's a little more complicated in the drawing. And then tautomers and some other thing it talks about. So it's a little more advanced. And so I thought it would be totally confusing. So see what you find, and then if you have any issues or problems, just send me an email. If you have it, that means the others will have more problems. So, okay.
All right.
I think that's about it. And then I'll see what to do next week. If the students want me to go ahead and schedule a session, I will. Otherwise, this is it. Okay.
Okay.
Just before I just want to make sure that everybody does this research for the Flint water crisis correctly. So I might have one with Dr. Kent on that. So we'll see that later. Okay.
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 Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
I hope it was useful. I don't know. We'll see. Take care. Bye.
You too. Bye.